I'm Luke Beaumont, the guy behind Major League Soccer. I'm going on what you might call a US soccer adventure. In order to learn about the game, I want to speak to players, coaches, clubs, media members, and even fans really, and hopefully you can learn something too. So thanks again, and here is episode 1 with MLS Female. I am now joined by Michelle Huitink, the official LA Galaxy reporter for MLS Female. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm fantastic, thank you very much.
So first of all, could you just tell us about yourself and how you got involved with MLS Female?
I became a LA Galaxy fan back in 2005 when I went with my friend to the 4th of July match, and that's all she wrote. I fell in love with the stadium and the beautiful game and got involved and been involved since then with the Galaxy, and then of course like the 2006, 2010, 2014 World Cup. And then with MLS Female, I'd seen on Twitter that they needed an official LA Galaxy reporter, and being such a big LA Galaxy fan, just on a whim, I went ahead and wrote up an article, and I wrote it up like it was like a resume. So I sent it in as like my timeline of my life with the LA Galaxy, and that's how I got into MLS Female. It's just a really great community. It's wonderful to be surrounded by other women who are interested in soccer as well. There's still that stereotype, and there's some truth to it that women don't care about sports, and especially in soccer, it's really male dominated. So it's nice to have made this community and got involved with and share my passion with other people, other fans, and it just happens to be a group of women.
What can you tell me about the reason why MLS Female was established? Was it because to give women opportunities within sports media that might not usually get in other places?
All right, so Dana and Liz, they actually had launched Our Turf football, which was for the NFL. Yeah. And then Dana, as a Sporting Kansas City fan, she realized that there is a base for MLS, and so since she had women together for Our Turf, she found a lot of women for MLS Female, and then that's how that got started. Yeah.
Nice. I think we're starting to escape the generation of women know nothing about sport or soccer.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see.
Thankfully.
Yeah, and we're starting to see more women break into the industry, which is a great thing. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm constantly seeing, Ariel Castillo and lots of other women breaking through in the industry on the sports and even for the Galaxy. So it is definitely. I'm glad that we're breaking away from it. I think that as far as MLS Female goes, that there's a certain touch, and we definitely share our personal experiences and what it feels like to be at a game. I think that's where we stand out, and that's what the difference is, because anybody can criticize, anybody can analyze, and be very logical about the game, but we try to give it this personal touch to it.
So, as an LA Galaxy fan yourself, what are your thoughts on the Zlatan signing this season? Has it been a success so far?
I mean, his debut was phenomenal, and nothing can really touch that day. I mean, just the energy and how loud that stadium was, and there's certainly nothing like it. And I don't think in the MLS itself will it quite be like that. I know we've got Rooney coming over, but with Zlatan, it was just an unbelievable debut. And then for a minute there, it did seem like he flopped, and the Galaxy kind of flopped, because we're in 8th place now, and it, we weren't winning games at home. We're definitely losing. And so then, the last game he scored a brace. So I think he is helping to carry this team. So yes, I would say I see him as not the problem.
Yeah.
And I see him as definitely a big help. And, initially I was not on board, because there's so many other stars on the team with Alessandrini and Ola Kamara and Ashley Cole. And I was worried that they weren't going to be able to shine, that they weren't going to be able to even with Sebastian Lletget and Chris Pontius scoring that day of the debut, I was worried that they were going to get overshadowed by Zlatan. But this last match, they really played as a team, and I think it's going to be a good thing in the long run.
Yeah, it will be. It's just it started so well with that bang against LAFC, and then next minute it looks like he's losing interest and he's frustrated, and then it comes up with that performance against RSL at the weekend. So he definitely brings something. So
I mean, I don't. Without getting too much into it, unless you want to, it's coming down on the coaching at this point with Siggy Smith, because Ola Kamara really isn't a left wing position, and the Galaxy, they're in these uncomfortable positions and trying to come together as a team. But like I said, I mean, we'll have to see going forward from here, especially with the changes that'll be coming this July. But so far, it looks like with this last match, that they, against Real Salt Lake, that they really, I think, are coming together as a team.
So, what are your expectations for the Galaxy this year? You're currently outside the playoffs. Do you think you can sneak in and maybe have a run at MLS Cup this year?
Honestly, I don't think we're going to win the MLS Cup, just because we're still figuring things out and still coming together, and we're coming off the worst season of 2017, and I just think, to be realistic with our expectations, it would obviously be awesome. I would love to see them win another cup, but we're in 8th place right now, and it's July essentially, when we come back and play at home. So I really think that I would be glad just to be able to make the playoffs, honestly.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good season for you, to be fair. It's quite a packed, both conferences this year, it's really competitive, so even to make the playoffs would be a good season, I think, for LA Galaxy.
Absolutely, and when you've got, on the East, you've got Atlanta United and New York FC, and you've got, over here, you've got the Sporting Kansas City, and everybody doing well on this side. At first I wasn't convinced that everybody who was in the top West would, deserved to be there, but for now, this is exactly how it is, and I think that's, I think it's going to be really good in the end to see how competitive it is, and that there's more than one good team here. Because the Galaxy were like the best in the league for so long, and so it's kind of nice to see these other teams up and coming and competing. Yeah.
So, because the World Cup starts this week, I've got to ask you some World Cup themed questions. So, what is your most memorable World Cup moment?
My most memorable World Cup moment was in the 2010 World Cup when we were playing. The U.S. was playing Algeria, and it was already going to be the 90th minute, and I'm sitting there, and I just remember praying to whatever would listen, and I was just like, Landon Donovan scores the winning goal in the 90, in extra time. I said to myself that I would name my firstborn son Landon Donovan, father's last name.
Wow.
And lo and behold, he scored the winning goal in the 93rd minute of the game, and I have yet to have a firstborn.
You're gonna stick to your promise?
I'm thinking I gotta stick to that promise. But I mean, there's no other feeling, to be proud of your country, especially when people give us such a hard time.
Yeah.
Give the United States such a hard time, and we didn't qualify this past Cup, and yes, it's heartbreaking and it's very painful. But as I wrote for MLS Female, when the U.S. men were training here at StubHub Center, I actually interviewed Jordan Morris and just trying to move forward, and what can we do next? And of course, now we qualified to host the 2026 World Cup. So, so it's just a phenomenal experience, and definitely want to be a part of it. And even though we're not in it now, the U.S. is definitely involved. I mean, a lot of people don't, I think, talk about this, but in the 2014 World Cup here in the United States, more people watched the World Cup than watched the Super Bowl. So.
All right. So, I thought he was going to say for your favourite moment, Dempsey's shot against Rob Green against England, but I'll let you off for that one.
Thank you. that was just my own personal moment. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat Dempsey. I mean, it's
no.
Yeah, I mean, him and Landon Donovan are, tied right now for most goals and caps, but,
And who do you think will win the World Cup this year? And if you don't say England, I'll be disappointed.
Sorry to break your heart. I'm just being realistic about things. I've gone over this, and I'm an international English teacher, and I talk about this with my students, and I have to say, I think Brazil is going to do it again this time. As much as there are other favorites, and I do see England as a contender with all honesty. I'm not just saying that.
Yeah.
I just have to say, like, Brazil is doing exceptionally well right now, even though Germany's got a young team, and but honestly, after seeing France play against us, the United States, like, it's not an insult to either team, but it's just like, that was their starting 11 for the World Cup, and I just expected more from them if they're going to go for the cup, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a good prediction. I've predicted a Germany-Brazil final, but with Germany winning it. But a game like that could go either way, to be honest with you. They're both really strong sides.
Could. It is the beautiful game. So,
yeah. So
anything can happen.
Finally, I've got to ask you about the news that broke this morning about the announcement that USA will host the 2026 World Cup alongside Mexico and Canada. What's your initial reaction to that?
My initial reaction is actually emotional. I don't think it's quite hit me. Even as you're telling me this right now, I feel like just super excited, butterflies. I messaged a few friends, but they're actually not soccer people, and so I just told them, like, look, this is 2026 World Cup. We hosted it in '94. I was like, you need to care about this. This is a big deal now. Is what I told them. So I'm just trying to be an ambassador, an advocate for soccer for my friends who are not involved. They support me and they support MLS Female, but they're just not really, soccer people. So, yeah.
What excites me is, like, how big soccer can be in America by then. It's like, if you look at how fast MLS is growing, give it 8 years, who knows where it'll be and how many international players we'll have in the league.
Yeah, I can't wait, honestly. Like I said, even though we didn't qualify for this cup, I mean, I'm involved in such a community, and this is my 4th recording as a guest spot, that I've done, and it's connected me to people. And like you said, the MLS has really, really grown. I mean, when you have Atlanta United, selling out their stadium, and then you have, like, the Sounders, up in CenturyLink, and their stadium, like, minimum is always 40,000 people. This is a soccer country. This is a soccer culture here, and I think with all the cultures that we have here in the United States as well, that it's definitely going to grow. And in 1994, I was, not to date myself, but I was 9 years old, and I remember the games being on, and again, my family was more like football oriented, American football, and so we didn't watch those games. We watched the Olympics though, and so when you do have people talking about it and coming together, it's going to be fantastic, and I really am grateful for it and glad for it, because honestly, we do need this as well, just because it had the potential to really grow with this World Cup, and it is as the England, and I'm not sure how old you are, but I know when I was talking with the U.S. men and Michael Kammerman, and there was a gentleman there from England, another reporter, and he says that he remembers how gutted he was when England didn't qualify in the 70s for the World Cup, and it is a national mourning, and so
I'm not that old.
Okay, I didn't think so. That's why I said that. But yeah, just to hear that from England, to me, is always, when you think of, as you guys call it, football. When you think of football, like, you think of England. You do, and so to know that kind of we can make up for this World Cup. Not to say that we're not going to worry about qualifying for the 2022 World Cup now, but this is definitely it'll help heal what we missed.
So, right, thank you for joining me on my first episode.
That's fantastic.
It's been good.
Thanks for having me.
It's been great having you, Michelle, and I've really enjoyed your insight.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it was great talking to you.